The mother-in-law just needed to be put in her place. But did daughter-in-law take it just a little too far?
Yeah, this is going to be your bonus Am I the A-hole of the day? Because I saw this and my jaw dropped. My mother-in-law moved in with us a month ago. I began to notice my stuff in the bedroom being moved and furniture being rearranged.
This is not the first time we've heard stories like this when people are over to quote unquote visit and they just start moving things around themselves.
Like, no, your kitchen is not functional. You need to put this here and put that there.
That is so bold.
I know a dude who's, I got to be real careful here, whose mother-in-law was staying with them and started to put Bibles around the house. Bibles around the house, like in their side tables in their bedroom and stuff like that. She got herself a little bit of a surprise when she did that one evening.
I bet she did.
She found the bad drawer accidentally.
I felt like I was going crazy because my husband is the only one who has access to the bedroom and he doesn't usually touch nor come near my things. I figured it must be his mom walking in and snooping on my personal things. I told my husband and he said his mom would never. I had a huge hunch, but couldn't install a camera in the bedroom to catch her in the act. So I got one of those fake positive pregnancy tests and threw it in the bedroom trash can. Yes, I Googled. You can get those off Amazon. It's a fake positive pregnancy test. So you don't even have to get a pregnant friend to pee on a test. They just have these fake positive pregnancy tests.
Technology is beautiful.
Well, it's just a prank test. It's a fake test. I was just like, okay, all right.
I respect your grind.
Yeah.
No, the trash can was placed in the corner near the closet. Literally the next day after I got to work, I got tons of calls and texts from my in-laws congratulating me for the pregnancy. My husband came to my workplace and was all worked up about it and asked when I learned I was pregnant and why didn't I tell him. I asked how he found out, and he said his mom found the positive test in the trash can in the bedroom. I asked if his answer just confirmed that she's been snooping in the bedroom all along. He had a realization moment, but demanded we stick to the bigger issue. I said there was no bigger issue because the positive test was fake and this whole thing was done to expose my mother-in-law's snooping. He was not convinced. He had me take an actual test right in front of him.
Oh, man.
Wow.
And he was livid, asking how I could lie about such a thing and break his mom's heart since I know very well that she longs for grandkids. I got a lot of S because of this from him. His mom and his family are now calling me a liar and manipulator. Am I the a-hole?
That backfired.
Man, they turned that around quick, right? What did you think when you read it? You were like, too far?
I read it. And I'm not a fan of fake pregnancy tests, or pretending that you're pregnant or the April Fool's joke that you're pregnant. Struggled with infertility, not my bag. In this instance, when it's only for one person to prove that they are snooping, I agreed with the comments. One person, if you were pregnant, how dare she announce it? So many red flags. One of you needs to go, and it shouldn't have to be you. And then another person said, the mother-in-law snooping is obvious. However, your husband is the bigger problem. He doesn't seem to have any problem with his mom ignoring boundaries. I don't even want to get into, he had you take an actual test in front of him. I had the same struggles with the same aspects of this Am I the A-hole? No, she's not the A-hole. The mother-in-law and the husband are.
Hey, fellas, I respect your relationship with your mom, but the person you're having sex with gets priority every single time. Okay, if you really want to break it down.
I agree.
Okay, there you have it.
100%.
All right, second, am I the a-hole? He thinks that his ex-wife is trying to make the kids all jealous, but now, so why does he think that he is being the a-hole?
So I've been divorced from my ex-wife for 10 years, and we have 2 kids together, 12 and 10. I remarried a year later while she was still single, and then I had 3 more kids, 9, 7, and 3. I have my sons over every weekend. After about 4 years, my ex-wife opened up an online business and she's been making 6 figures, while my wife is a stay-at-home mom and I make around $30K to support our family. So you can imagine how this difference has affected our 2 households. They lived in a gated community. She drives a 2022 RSQ3. I think that's a fancy car. And she and our sons go on 2 extravagant holidays every single year. My sons came over this weekend and started telling me and my daughters that they're going on a Disney concierge cruise in the summer. My daughter started crying, saying, "Daddy, we want to go." And when I looked online for the prices, they're priced at like $5K a person. It's all they've been talking about nonstop because they're so excited. I feel like their wealth is being shoved down our throats when I could barely afford heating this past Christmas. It's hard not to be hateful, but I sent her a long text saying, stop trying to make us feel less than. I also told my sons in private, please don't mention holidays or gifts around my daughters. My ex replied with saying it's not her problem how we feel, and when she does nice things for her sons, that me and my wife are the last people on her mind. Am I reading too much into this, or am I the a-hole for saying she's being spiteful?
Oh, man, see, I feel like you have to know more about their situation to determine if she's just basking in her new wealth or if she's, like, trying to get at... I wouldn't...
I feel like he's being the a-hole here. I mean, they're just trying to have some memories with the kids. You know, they can afford it. It sucks that he can't, but I don't think it's a calculated... Maybe I'm being naive here.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound calculated.
It is like impossible to determine if it's calculated with that information, but I think if I'm going to base it off that, I think it's on him. Like, you can't make somebody else feel bad about them being in a good situation. Mm-hmm. That's not their fault. You just gotta kind of deal with that.
So you'd rather like them not go on vacation at all because you can't afford it? That's not fair to the kids, man.
Can you ask the kids not to
Yes.
talk about the vacations, though?
Yeah, because it's his son. So I think the conversation he had with his sons and to get him to understand, like, you know, some people have more, some people have less. So you need to be mindful and, you know, respectful, especially considering the kids' ages. And it's hard for the younger kids to like comprehend and understand why they can't go because they're not going to have, a 3-year-old's not going to have concept of money. So I don't think there's anything wrong with having a conversation with his sons.
If I'm the father here, I'm not saying anything. This is one of those cases again, F my feelings. I would just fake it and say, I'm so glad you had a great time with your mom. I don't want them to live with that. I don't know how I want them to enjoy their vacation. I don't want them to have to hide it from me. My duty is to make sure that they feel good about it. I'm not saying anything.
But when it's affecting your other kids, that's the problem. So it's his 2 sons get to go live the high life while his 3 daughters with his new life are watching that and they don't get to do it.
And they're half siblings.
Yeah.
So how's the conversation go with the 3 who don't get to go? If you're not going to have a conversation with the 2 who are in a more fortunate situation, what's the convo you have with the 3 younger?
I mean,
it's tough because
Yeah.
honestly, I wouldn't want to have that conversation either because I wouldn't want them to live the rest of their lives feeling like they have to always dial back their happiness or their situations to please other people. Like,
Yep.
I wouldn't want them to get that lesson, but I do understand what y'all are saying.
Yeah.
Okay, what if
tough.
they come back from this concierge Disney? I got all kinds of questions. What if they come back from this concierge Disney cruise and they don't bring a souvenir for their younger siblings who didn't get to go? Would you expect them to bring them something back?
I wouldn't expect it, but it would be nice.
No.
I don't think I would expect it. They're kids.
I don't know, you guys. I'm just... I'm more of a realist when it comes to parenting. I mean, you cannot protect your kids' emotions and feelings.
True.
You cannot protect them from disappointment every step of the way. How about starting to teach them like how to deal with the disappointment rather than it not being in front of them at all?
And there's always going to be somebody that has more than you. There's always going to be somebody that has less than you.
That's valid.
But I do feel like there's lessons and humility and...
Well, he got married to this chick a year after the divorce, which tells me he had an affair. So that to me also throws a wrench in things. One, mom might be doing it like to show up, but also there's no, it would take a very big person to bring souvenirs back for your ex-husband's affair partner's kids.
Yes.
But you're making a big assumption.
A year is real fast. Real fast. To get married.
The Bert Show.
So first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get The Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.